I just heard Bill O'Reilly's interview of President Donald Trump. Outstanding. Excellent. I applaud Bill O'Reilly and, of course, Donald Trump, our great president. The interview was fantastic because it casts our president, Donald Trump, in a light different from that of what is normally seen in mainstream media. Donald Trump, whether you're a fan or not, listening to him in a comfortable, quiet, almost homey, I'm saying as in like you're at home and he's at home, like you're at his place or he's at your place, in a homey setting, like a home environment. There are people who are coming over from the Dem socialist side to the Republican conservative side because they've been under a spell their whole lives and they were led to believe falsehoods. And they understand now, some of them, not as many as should, but they all should, wake up and snap out of it, the spell, hypnosis, brainwash. There are more folks, detractors on the left. Those are lefties, left-wingers, socialists, communists, coming over to the Republican conservative side because the liberal left broadcast is dwindling. It is the signal is being diminished. Their broadcast of mass hypnosis is wearing off. Now, socialist Dems are becoming increasingly batshit crazy, more so than ever before. Just deranged and even more pathological and frenetic and fucking just, bonkers than ever before. Unprecedented levels of just rejectedness. Reprobates, the number of reprobates is at an all-time high. Notwithstanding, I wanted to point out a few notes that I took, share with you a few notes. What is known now that was never known, that was not known, rather, that was not discussed under the Obama administration during the time of Obama? By the way, I'm one Sir Grove. This is C4CW, casting 495 celebrities worldwide. If you are true fans of this show, then IWE495 most certainly appreciate you. If you are not true fans, well, there's nothing I can really do about that. So back to our show, and I want to get back to the topic. Bill O'Reilly recently interviewed Donald Trump on the air, on radio, and I just heard the interview on satellite radio. So I took notes on Notepad, old school tradecraft, right out of school text, like tradecraft, like writing by hand on paper. I wrote some fucking notes here, jotted them down, and I said, man, best interview. Donald Trump, if you're a fan, man, it sounds like, the two of you are in a home environment and you're just sitting there just having a pleasant conversation. Donald Trump is not a stupid man, and only stupid Democrats, stupid socialists, truly in their stupid minds believe that he is. Because you have to be a denier of reality to believe that Donald Trump is truly stupid when you know that he's really not. Donald Trump is not a stupid man, and I never thought he was. I've always liked Donald Trump. I liked The Apprentice. I didn't even know that anyone had a problem with Donald Trump. Oh, you know why? Because no one really did. You see, when he was on The Apprentice, when he was, running The Apprentice, it was one of the greatest shows ever. Some people may argue, Grove, that show wasn't that cool. Yeah, it was. It was fresh. It was the shit. It was very highly rated, whether you liked it or not. I liked it. I watched it. I wanted to be on the fucking Apprentice. And I would have won that shit too, because I know how to fucking do shit properly. But point is, I watched the show off and on for many different seasons, and it was only when Donald Trump ran as a Republican conservative that people really started to hate on him. Really, really, truly started to hate on him. And the liberal media left, Hollywood, some in Hollywood on the left, they turned their backs on him because all he wanted to do was the right thing. You know, when you're around a lot of people who just live a life of debauchery and evil and wickedness, people who are abominable, when you're around that for so long, I'm just saying, like, if you're in media and you see that lifestyle, it just becomes dark. I mean, it's always been dark, but when you're around it, you're exposed to it. If you haven't been before, you're just like, you know what? This is really shitty. Why would anyone want to fucking be in these circles with these stars? Because they're not all bad, but a lot of them are fucked up. And the osmosis of it all, the osmotic nature of it, just being around dark, wicked, fucked up, vile human beings who live a life of debauchery, you're like, you know what, man? I want to do something good for society. I want to just run for office, man, and like help clean up society. I've had enough of this darkness, this bullshit. That's what Donald Trump did. People couldn't believe it, some of them, man. And they're like, oh, he's disingenuous. He's not for real. He's a liar and a con man. And then they started these types of stories. He's mentally ill. He's a toddler. He's an unstable man. They started to do their little acting bits, you know, pretending and acting. And it's like, you know, each and every one of them tried to come up with some new act, you know. How can we paint him today? Today we'll say that he's a toddler in a grown man's body and that he's mentally unstable and dangerous with nuclear weapons.